everyone. So we're back to talk about some more news. Tonight's topics, as it was, the He-Man Netflix show from Kevin Smith. I want to talk about the teaser trailer that dropped about that. And I guess, about a week ago, we did get confirmation on Seth Rogen's animated TMNT movie project that he's doing, and it's got a release date for, August of 2023. So let's get into it. So as far as the Turtles movie goes, there's actually two that I'm aware of, two projects actually. One's being done by Netflix, and then the Seth Rogen one is going to be a theatrical movie. But it's an animated movie. When I first heard the news, I wasn't sure. I thought that might be like the rumored reboot of like a live action movie. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what Seth Rogen can do. I'm not overly excited because some of the ideas I'm hearing ain't really, my cup of tea when it comes to the Turtles. They're supposed to be trying to, really dive into the teenage aspect of the Turtles, and that's going to be their launching point for their animated movie. So, we'll see. I wasn't a big fan of the Nickelodeon Turtles when I first saw what that was about, but after I actually sat down and watched it, I actually really dug the first Nickelodeon CGI Turtle show they did, not the second one after that show ended, but so we'll see what happens. Like I said, still got that bad taste in my mouth from the Michael Bay movies for the Turtles. We call them Michael Bay movies, but they were actually directed by somebody else, even though they look so much like a Michael Bay movie. You could tell he produced it. But, yeah, so we'll see. It's still 2 years out. I think probably by next year we might see some concept material and maybe like a teaser, hopefully, because so far we've really got little bits of news here and there, but the date confirmation is the biggest news to come out. Like, we actually have a release date. So it's coming out 2023, so, they still got time to perfect things, clear up some stuff, fan theories and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. When the time comes, my opinion might change on it. I actually might get interested in it, get behind it, but as far as right now, it's not really interesting me too much, and it's weird to say. Again, I am a huge Turtle fan, but it's going to take a lot to get me on board, probably, just because nostalgic reasons, and they just haven't really captured the fun and the aspect of their Turtles. I think the Nickelodeon show kind of got some of that stuff, but it's been a long time since we've seen some traditional Turtle stuff. My dream project would be for them to do either a live action movie or CGI movie based around the IDW comics. Maybe do that first story arc, base it around that from the IDW stuff. I think that's the best way to go with it, instead of trying to reimagine and, recreate the wheel. Because that seems to be what they want to do when they make a Turtle movie. They want to reimagine it and redo it and this and that, when, there's a ton of source material sitting on somebody's shelf somewhere. So we'll see. We'll get back to it, the more info that comes out on it. And then about the He-Man show, that looks really good. So, talking about the He-Man show, it's interesting because it's being led by Kevin Smith. I am a Kevin Smith fan. I've enjoyed Clerks, Mallrats, Dogma, all that kind of stuff, Chasing Amy. So, I've followed his work for a very long time. Even his hits and misses, But I like Kevin Smith stuff. I like Kevin Smith. I think he's been a champion for a lot of nerdom over the years, so I'm not a huge He-Man fan. My first introduction to He-Man wasn't even from the cartoon. It was from the 80s He-Man movie that they did. So that was my introduction to He-Man, but I did, I have watched the old stuff and read some of the comics and crossovers and stuff, so I dig the He-Man world. I think my hook for it is, I love Skeletor's design. I love his look. Not saying he's the best villain in the world, but that's what hooked me into it. That's what drugged me in, so that's why I know what I know about the He-Man stuff, what little bit it is. But, yeah, that teaser, man, with the animation looks great. They used I Need a Hero song in it, which is, I found that kind of funny. But, and it's, it's appropriate, You got an 80s show, put an 80s song in there. So, I can't wait for it. Hopefully it's successful and it can run on Netflix for quite a while. It is a continuation of the old 80s show, so for the He-Man fans out there, it's, they're continuing your childhood show, man. And it looks like it's going to be a little more mature in some ways, and everybody's designs look like they're staying the same, just a little more, the animation's suiting, the times we're in, so it's gonna look great. I think the show's gonna do good. And it's kind of cool, for Kevin Smith to be behind it. Not sure, what they're pulling from. I don't know if it's all original material or if they're pulling from a comic series or not, because for quite a while now we've had a bunch of different He-Man comics, so I don't know if they're going to try to base any plot lines off that or if this is all original stuff. But the other thing that I am looking forward to in the show, I've loved him since I was a kid because he's captured two of my favorite characters, but Mark Hamill was voicing Skeletor. So if you don't know him from Luke Skywalker, you know that he does the best Joker that we've ever had. Right up there with Conroy being the best Batman we've ever had. So that's really cool that they got Mark Hamill doing Skeletor. And then the teaser, you can tell he's doing his own take on Skeletor's voice, but the Joker, kind of seeps in there. I could hear it. But, so that's cool, and I know there's other guest stars, voice actors that's, known, and you know who they are, going to be in the show, so I can't wait to see who, they voice. And I want to say Kevin Conroy is going to do a voice in the show. I might be wrong about that, but I think I heard on Kevin Smith's podcast, I think he mentioned Kevin Conroy is going to be in the show, but I can't confirm that, but I'm pretty sure. So that would be really cool. And Kevin does like to recycle a lot of the people he's worked with, so that I could see that happening. But that's the news I got for tonight. Again, I'm trying this new video stuff out as far as covering some, just specific topics I find interesting, like news tidbits, stuff like that. I am going to probably maybe try to do some other extra stuff with the news episodes. Maybe try to cover some movie news, stuff like that. But the last news episode we did really well, so I was really surprised. So, if it works, it's going to be a fun thing to do, kind of get, different opinions out there and get, people talking, man. Like, this is fun stuff with the times we live in and the stuff we get to see, we didn't, 20 years ago, we didn't have all these comic book movies and all this kind of nerdum stuff happening, man. It was very, very minimum. So what little bit we had, we cherished, but we get all kinds of stuff, that we grew up with coming back every year. So it's cool. It's a cool little escape to go to these different, fantasy worlds that we grew up with and we enjoy. Seeing characters that we enjoy and hanging out with for a little bit. So that's it for this episode. Stay tuned. There will be more. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.